Thank you, Brother Hermo. I like that. Married for 51 years to the same man. Of course, the man has grown up. And so my topic tonight is growing in the Holy Spirit. And I have requested our choir and my husband to sing the prayer of the Holy Spirit before I begin my talk.
Where's your husband?
Sister.
Who among them is your husband?
My husband is the one with the violin.
I'm the son.
And the other one is the Holy Spirit.
I'm the lost son.
Come, Holy Spirit, I need you. Come, Holy Spirit, I pray. You can sing. Come and your strength and your power. Come like a spring in the desert. Come to the weary of soul. Come with your sweet healing powers. Touch me and make me whole. Glory be to the Father. Glory be to the Son. Glory be to the Spirit. Our God, thank you for praying with me. May I request the participants to please come and be seated forward. I would like you to see and hear what I say, because after the talk, I will have to ask some questions. The Jeopardy style, you will answer with what or who. Okay. Brother Roland, please come over. And Marie and Tom and
I got the shot.
don't be shy, don't be shy.
Bless you.
Okay, my first prop is this plant. In order for this plant to grow, what does it need?
Water.
What else?
Soil.
Another
Soil.
soil. Very good. Now, for us to grow in the Holy Spirit, that's my talk tonight. You listen what we need. Okay? I have here a prop which says, The prayer session last week for the release of the Holy Spirit is only the beginning. Now we need to grow in the Holy Spirit. And in order to grow, to make use of the basic means of growth with which the Lord provides us, and these 5 things are, the acronym is P, S, S, F, and S. P is for prayer. But before I proceed with that, I would like you to picture the Christian Life program as a wheel. And I have here a car with 4 wheels. The wheel has 3 parts. The outer rim, this is the part that meets the road. Right? The middle part is the hub. This is the one that connects the spokes to the outer rim and gives power to the outer rim. And there are the spokes here, there are several here. In my talk, there are only 5 spokes. The acronym was P, S, S, F, S. The outer rim actually is the Christian life, the encounters, the realities of daily life. If you're a mother, your reality is a mother. If you're a father, your responsibilities as a father. If you're a firefighter, you put out fires. If you're a policeman, you catch people who are doing or violating the law. The hub, who do you think is the hub? The hub is Jesus Christ. He should be the center of our lives. And the power that puts the center is the Holy Spirit. The spokes transmit the power and direction from the hub to the outer rim, and putting our whole life in contact with Jesus Christ. So, when I said P, P means prayer. And what is prayer? Prayer is merely a conversation with God. It means listening and speaking. So what are the elements of prayer? There is a format that Brother Jane mentioned a while ago, which is Acts. Meaning, A as in adoration, C as in confession, contrition, T as in thanksgiving, and S is supplication. You can actually reverse it. But we always have contrition there, and thanksgiving, and praising. So what do you think is the perfect prayer? The holy sacrifice of the Mass. Perfect. Who said that? Because in the holy sacrifice of the Mass, which has the liturgy of the Word and liturgy of the Eucharist, before you have to memorize how many parts, right? No, there are only 2. We are praising God, glorifying God, asking for forgiveness, and accepting Him. And when we receive communion, the saying that our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit becomes very true. So, that our prayer, let me go. Service and fellowship. That's the will. There are actually 5. I mentioned that the outer rim, the hub, which is Jesus Christ, and the spokes, which are the 5 elements, the means of emanating. For Catholics, there is a 5th tool to grow, the sacraments. I said the first tool was prayer. Our prayer must be, and these are the elements, faithful. We must be faithful. We decide to spend time with the Lord every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be elaborate. You can listen and talk. What was the shortest verse in the Bible? 2 words. It merely said, Jesus wept. When Lazarus died, he wept. And he prayed for the soul of Lazarus. Sometimes we use a prayer guide. We decide when, how long, and where. But it has to be led by the Holy Spirit. As I said before, you can change the format. Then the third element is Jesus-centered relationship. Our goal is not to pray or even to pray well. Remember that? We don't have to pray very well. We need to grow in our relationship with the Lord. I remember I think it was my nephew who said, Hail Mary full of grapes. And he said that all the time. But he thought it was full of grapes. So he was memorizing prayers. Actually, it is good to memorize prayers. We memorized them when we were young, and we understood them when we now become adults. In the Catholic tradition, the intercession of Mary and the saints is a powerful tool of prayer. I have brought with me, my husband and I just came from a pilgrimage in Medjugorje, and you can take a look at all the images of the Blessed Virgin, the Lady of Medjugorje, Guadalupe, the black, and I can show it to you, or you can pass it on. And then we also went to Prague, and we have the Infant Jesus of Prague. I put them aside there. And by the way, the books that I brought are books that can be used for knowing more about our faith. That's the second spoke in the wheel, which is S. And guess what it is? Study. When we study, it's a deliberate, focused exercise of the intellect. Now we think, not referring primarily to scholarly or academic pursuits, but to the whole process of understanding more about God, what He wants from us, what He expects from us. There are 3 ways of a devotion to Mary and the saints is part and parcel of a Catholic faith. Study. I'm ahead. There are 3 ways you can learn more about God. The Bible. This is very important to know more about God and His plan, what He has done, and what He wants us to do. Then we have the spiritual readings, the readings that men wrote about God. And there's Brother Tom would know about this, the Diary of St. Faustina, the Divine Mercy. It is one of the readings. And of course we have the Catholic faith, Catechism of the Catholic faith. And also we have several prayers, and we have people like Matthew Kelly. You know, he is the one who is the head of the Dynamic Catholic. Be bold, be Catholic, and what is the genius of Catholicism. And he was the one who started giving books every Christmas and Easter free. And his goal is to reach 15,000 parishes in the United States of America. And you could see the people being vibrant because of the books that they read. Teachings and preachings. Attending teachings and listening to preachings. On the Sunday Mass, how many times do we listen to the Word of God? How many times? 3. The first reading, coming from the Old Testament. The second reading, coming from the New Testament, and the Gospel, which is usually in the New Testament connected with either of the two. The third tool, PSS, is service. The spokes, remember? Here's the prayer, here's study, now we have to go to service. We need to take on a mentality of service so that we can see our whole life given over to God's work. We need to take on the heart of a servant. Be a servant leader. Service can help us grow because it gives us development in our virtues, and especially the virtue of humility. Of all the virtues, the most difficult is humility. And it is also the mother of all virtues. As we put the Lord first in our lives, He calls us to reach out also to others. The first service we do is for our own personal development. The second is for giving help to others. Service can touch the basic attitudes we have of ourselves and our independence. Again, as I said, to serve others is to be humble. There are many ways we can serve. By the way we live through our daily life, scriptures, like Saint Teresa, he said, you don't have to be perfect. You only have to be faithful in doing ordinary things extraordinarily. Also by performing our basic duties as fathers, mothers, employees, police officers, and by recognizing and making use of the many opportunities for service in today living, like corporal acts of mercy and the spiritual acts of mercy. We offer our 3 T's: time, talent, and treasures. Service helps us grow because it touches the most basic attitudes we have of ourselves. I said that. And our independence to serve others is to be humble. These are the ways we can serve God. First, we serve God by the way we live. Just be ourselves. Second, we can also serve by performing the basic responsibilities God has given us in our daily lives. Then we serve our fellow men by recognizing the many built-in opportunities for service in day-to-day life. We have the outreach program in this church, right? We have the hospitality. We give witness to our faith in Jesus by the way we live our lives. Now we are told to be alert to opportunities we can serve our neighbors. Again, the 3 T's: time, talent, and treasure. The fourth spoke is the F, which is fellowship. We do not become complete Christians by ourselves. We must be joined to others in order to experience the fullness of Christian life. We need to do things together. We need wisdom and strength. We need the support of others. It says here, fellowship is not an optional extra. It is part of growing in the life of the Holy Spirit. What is it they said? We cannot go to heaven by ourselves. We have to have others. Some ways to experience Christian fellowship, what do you think? Couples for Christ? Worship in liturgies, prayer meetings, conferences, coming together like you are doing tonight, for teaching and formation, it's part of fellowship, serving together, and social gatherings. Next week, you will be invited to join the Couples for Christ, which will be discussed by another speaker. I mentioned about the fifth tool, which is the sacraments. Can you name the 7 sacraments? Anybody? Brave enough to mention all the 7? Baptism,
Confirmation.
confirmation,
Altering.
Reconciliation.
Anointing of the sick.
reconciliation,
Anointing of the sick.
Eucharist, whatever.
Eucharist.
Matrimony, holy orders, and what was the 7? Anointing of the sick, which was used before, was used to be called extreme unction. Although we are required as Catholics to go to confession, go to communion only once a year, it is suggested that we should do it more often. We should do, the priest make a confession once a month, I think. And they are required to go to confession once a month. We should do it more often. We should follow them like once a month. And we do penance. And we go to communion. And there's another habit that if you cannot go to Holy Mass every single day, make it choose a day in the week that you can go to Mass, although you are not obligated to go to Mass, like a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday. Sunday is a holy day of obligation. Go to Mass one day a week and go to confession and communion that day and make it a chain. We call it the chain Mass communion. We were taught about this when we were students in high school and college. The whole year you have 52 weeks, you are able to do 104 chain Mass communion if you choose a day in the week that you just fervently pray, and you will grow in the Holy Spirit. Father Blaise, one of the associate priests here before, said to the daily communicants, there are about 20 people who come to daily Mass, 20 or 30 people. And he said, these are the people that lit the fire of faith in the whole world for the Catholic Church. There is a Mass being said every probably minute or every hour, any part of the world. And this is the one that keeps our Catholic faith growing. And he also said something that I cannot forget. If you go to Mass every day, you should be a better person tomorrow. But if you fail, then you go to confession, then you don't receive communion as a reward, but as a sustenance, as a nutrition for your spiritual growth. So actually, if you are married, it is required that you have been baptized, confirmed, and confirmed. I think it's a requirement in the Archdiocese of LA. And we should have gone to confession, of course, Holy Communion all the time. And if you decide to become in the religious order, which is actually easier, according to a nun who visited my friend, the two of them, I was saying that last Monday we went and had a reunion with college friends in Student Catholic Action. And she gifted a friend from high school to come here. She paid for the fare. And she's a nun. And she told my friend, you know, being a nun is much easier than being a married woman. How true, how true. So if we are faithful in the Holy Spirit, we will be more blessed with our family life. Let's see, what is the next one? What is this one? I think there's something wrong. It's coming. All right, now we are only babies in Christ. I'm going into my conclusion now. We're babies in Christ and we need to grow. make use of the tools provided by God. Okay? This is the defining moment. If you are faithful, you will not be disappointed. That's my conclusion. But I said that there will be some questions, and the answer will begin with what or who from the participants. And I'm ready to give something that we got from our pilgrimage to Medjugorje. Either a rosary, a Christmas decor, or a notebook for you to write your thoughts when you go to Mass. Okay, first question is, what is the talk number and title of the talk I shared with you tonight?
What is number 10?
Anybody?
What is talk
What
number
is the
10?
talk number and title of the talk?
What is talk number 10? Growing in the Holy Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Pick the good one.
Yeah, you're cheating. She's giving you that one, so you have a choice.
Okay. A will.
I know.
What is the answer? My question is will.
What are five spokes?
I think that's hard. What is the Christian life likened to? Is a will, right? Okay. What the three components of the will and its meaning? That's hard. Okay. Okay. First, the three components first. No meaning yet. Brother Roland.
The outer rim,
Okay.
the hub, and the
Yeah.
spoke.
Okay. And what is the meaning of the outer rim?
Light, our life.
Okay.
And then center is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
The spoke is the Holy Spirit.
Okay, that's a hard question. I'll give it to you. Yes, give it for your wife. Now,
Gotta get it fast.
name the 5 spokes or tools and means to grow in the Holy Spirit. Name only one and explain. You brother, come on.
Go ahead, Carl.
Come on, Bob.
5?
Oh, you want 5? You say just one.
Oh, I think we want fellowship.
Fellowship. I don't have chocolate. I can give you
He
this.
should know 5. He knows all.
Okay, give me the one.
Sacraments,
Okay.
being a servant,
How's that?
being a servant,
Service. Number 1, what's the
and I
number?
came in late, so I missed the other 2.
Oh,
My wife will answer the other 2.
okay,
Share
okay.
the
Okay,
prize.
come on. What is it?
Prayer. You need
Huh?
prayer card first.
Prayer and what else? The S. Begins with
Say
S.
that in order. Well, I went backwards, that's my
Reverse engineering.
Study. Okay?
study.
For Pepper. This is for your team.
Thank you so much.
Okay. This is a question that I wonder if somebody will be able to answer. Who is our team leader, the one who always prays every night here? What's the name?
Brother Ermo.
Yes,
Brother Hermos.
and his wife is?
Rose.
One more gift.
Yeah, you guys are making out like a mandate.
Okay. I want to show you this one here. I want to know what the theme is. This is a nesting doll. These are one after the other, and the last one is a baby. You know. So what am I trying to tell you?
How many dolls are
When you grow, yes, this is the baby, you grow to be, and we are babies. You are babies right now. When you grow, you go into the shell and you grow. That's it. Then you grow again to be an adult. First it was a teenager, now a young adult, then you grow again. Then you grow, you came into CLP, and you learned about the Christian Life Program. You become more knowledgeable, more humble. You have the fruits of the Holy Spirit with you, and you came and buried the old self. Until now, we are in our journey to sainthood. All of us, our goals should be holy, and our goals should be to become saints. Because all of us have a past. You know, all saints have a past, and all sinners have a future. Is there anything else you want to ask from me? Brother Tom, can you talk about the divine mercy?
Sure. Fine. My mercy. So, if you're not aware, Saint Faustina, she was the Secretary of Mercy. So Saint Faustina was tasked, Jesus asked her to write down everything he tells her about mercy. And through that time, she was given a vision of Jesus to create an image. And at first, that image, she thought, oh, I had to draw it. So she was drawing it, and Jesus was like, no, you don't need to draw it. She actually had someone create the image, paint it for her. And so she went through very variations over and over again. She's like, no, that's not it. You're not capturing it. It looked ugly. It wasn't right. And then finally, Jesus said, it's not in the beauty of the pen. It's the graces you receive from that vessel. And finally she said, okay, that's it. And actually one thing related to that image is actually if you put it up against the Shroud of Turin, it actually lines up with the Shroud of Turin, which is a very interesting thing about that. And so with that image, graces flow. You'll receive graces from that image, just looking at it and having the inscription, Jesus, I trust in you. Having trust in Jesus. And that trust not coming with a thimble size of trust. Come in with a barrel and ask Jesus to fill that up with graces. And be able to, also you can ask for graces that other people do not accept, which was very interesting to read about. That as people will not accept those graces, ask Jesus for those, and then filling you up. And so Saint Faustina, born in 1905, she died at 33 years old. And right before World War II, she passed away in 1938. So 1905, 1938. And with the diary, definitely recommend reading it. You won't be able to read it all at once, but make it, part of your daily readings and read through that diary, because you'll get very beautiful insights to help you grow in your faith and see how, as you journey through your life, how looking at how those graces need to flow through you to other people and how important that is, so that you can be a witness to Christ and to not only grow but also give you that strength, as you mentioned, that nourishment, so that you continue to be sustained. And so that just gives you, and then the three things is the ABCs, if you want to ask for mercy, be merciful to others, and have complete trust in Christ.
Thank you. This is a ring for the Divine Mercy.
Wow.
And
Thank you.
thank you very much for listening to my talk, and I hope you learned something tonight.